Let's try that again. Welcome back to Let's Clone. My name would be Stephen French, and this is our Ice Climber tutorial, part 2. I'm going to be streaming and recording this at the same time, so hopefully I can edit out any talk with chat. Already rambling too much. Let's just move on. In this part, we're going to try to put in the actual mountain for stage 1. I don't think any of the blocks will be there, so we need to create the block objects, we need to create the background. We're going to do very simple scanning, and we're just going to make it so the climber can jump up the mountain and probably break ice blocks as he goes. We'll see how far we get. Oh shit, I'm still big face. I apologize. I guess I'm going to redo that last part. I'm just going to catch you up. I forgot to make my face tiny and in the corner. So all I've done is I've uploaded the mountain image. I have to do some updating to this because I had there's like a score or a time count here and about here, and I removed them because I thought that I would just put them in later, but turns out they are fixed in position on the map, so I'm going to put those back in, but you'll either have this one or the one updated in the assets file. But add that in there. Our room height and width, change it to be the same, which is 256 by 880. We're going to create a view, so enable use of view and visible when room starts. We're going to put the view in room at that 256, and then the port on screen as the same. This one matters more, the view in room, because that is actually like how much of the map or how much of the room space is being shown, and port on screen is how big we see it. So if we were to double this or make it 300, 400, 500, anything else you wanted, you're going to actually stretch the image out and everything will be a little bit bigger. If you want to see the true pixel size, keep it the same. From there, I've just set our camera to be looking at our Popo object, and right now just with a speed of -1, -1, so it's just going to follow the character, and that's good enough. I plop this guy down on the bottom and put our solid block that we had from before. I am going to come in here though and remove the visibility so we don't actually see it. It'll look like he's walking on the bricks like he should. Other than that, all I've done so far is change his jump speed to 5, and we're still kind of testing that out to see if that's the right height. But now that I don't have my big ass face obscuring the screen, we can move on. Got a little Popo walking on the ground, jumping. Alright, I still think that's wrong, but it's good enough. The amount that you can travel horizontally while you're jumping is definitely fucked. That's going to have to shrink even more because this game is frustrating with that jump. But for now, let's move on and just add the ability to add our blocks. Sprite, we're going to create a folder or a group. I don't remember how I stored these, but we're going to create a sprite block blue. We're going to go with that. File, create from a strip. Now I have all of these blocks stored in here somewhere. These are 8x8 images, and there's 2 of them for a full size and a half size. We're going to use them both for now. I haven't decided how I want to tackle this part, but we'll figure it out as we go. So I'm just going to grab the top 2, the blue ones, put those in. If you blow them up, you're going to see, oh shit, I did the same thing. I forgot to remove the background color. So you'll want to come through and delete those greens if you made the same mistake that I did. Right now, you could do precise collision because then that'll have a different collision mask for the large and the small block. Right now I'm just going to leave it, which should just be covering the whole thing. Yeah. It doesn't matter too much to me quite yet. Start the blue blocks just to get it figured out. Oh, that's a neat idea. Just kind of running ideas through my brain. We have 3 different colored blocks, so we're going to be using the green, the brown, and the blue. I think it would be kind of lazy of me, but I could just have them change sprite image by height, or I can have different blocks and manually put them in. I think I'll just do that for now, keep it simple. But come down here, group, solids, we'll call it that. Put our original block in there. We're going to call it object block blue. We're going to give this a sprite there, create, initialize this block. I almost wrote this. Image speed is equal to 0. Just because for now we have those 2 sub images, I don't know how I want to handle that later. We do want to make this a parent of our block, which I think I will just change block parent, and don't do that. Neat. That should work. Something might give me an error. I don't know if I actually referred. Oh, I did refer to the block. So that was up in. I didn't create a collision script step. Yeah, so for our collision here, we're just going to do block parent instead of object block. There's no, I guess, real reason other than just I think it looks better. And neat. So there. Now I'm just going to quickly add the others. So we have a sprite block green, edit, get rid of these, create from that same strip, remove the background so it's not as frustrating. Green is vertical cell down by 1. Bang, we got our green blocks. Did it remove? Why does it still? I thought I told you to remove the background. You lazy software. I don't know what color it thought was the background, but it wasn't right. Keep that all the same. We're going to duplicate sprite block. I think it's brown, dirt colored. File. We're going to create from a strip. Oh, I must have unticked it. No, no. Why is that? Oh, it's thinking that blue is the background. That's frustrating. All right. So that was the issue. Come down 2. Get up in here and remove them greens. All right. I should have thought about that more when I made. I'll try to fix the sprite images so that feature works. All right. So we have blue, green, and brown. Same thing. Duplicate these. Object block green. Only thing we want to change would be that. Still also a parent or a child of our block parent. Object block. Is this one brown? Yeah, this one should be brown. I do need to find some like royalty-free music that I can play in the background. That would. I don't really like coding in the quiet. Nate. We've got objects. Let's set our grid snap to 8 by 8 so we can try to add these objects in and see what happens. So right now I think it's control click, no, control shift click. Nice. Cool. Let's actually get rid of some so we can climb. Let's do that with, I guess, the whole map. We'll just leave those. Create a little bit of a puzzle. Yeah, it's not a puzzle. I don't know what I'm saying. Getting me some blues. Okay. Good job, me. And make that one. It's gonna suck. Now all of these we're not gonna be able to jump through. I need to add those, which is just the blue ice. Do I have? I don't think I included that anywhere. I'll have a sprite asset that we can put up for there. For now, I'm just going to put blue ones over it. So we're only going to be able to jump onto these, which I'll just have to go and delete later, and that is frustrating. I also got to pay attention in the... I've just been using, like, I Google Play Ice Climbers Online. I find one that you can play in a browser. I've been using that to test everything. I just got to see how collisions work. I think I can just put my block parent and just kind of mask it over everything. But, oops. I haven't tried like jumping off of the wall or anything, like off of this. I haven't played around with trying to break that game, so I can find out how to break my own. But this could be a pretty quick video. Alright, so we have our little guy. We jump, and what was that? Oh, shit. This is in Popo object block, not set before reading. That is my jump line 25. Is it this? Yeah. That's +1. Okay. Now this, I think I actually want to change. This is in our jump script. I want to change it to position. So when you're like trying to land, it doesn't worry about your collision mask because that could still fuck things up. So we're gonna use position meaning, so it's only pointing to, oh shit. keep it placed for now. Right now, our character's origin is centered, which is around his head, which is kind of a dumb spot for us to have it. We got to play with all that a whole bunch, so we'll figure this out as we go. Let's see what happens. I know the collision mask for the player is just bonkers right now. All right, so here we should be able to jump and nothing happens. Good. We should not be able to jump that high though. Cool. So we can hit there. We can fall, which I need to create a new state for that. What happens when we? All right, cool. When we jump, it just hits it, and he starts. Oh, he actually. Oh, that's whack. Come on. Okay, so what's happening? No, that's fine. All right, so we are hitting it and it's coming back down. I do appreciate that working the way that it should. My collision box is... Oh, that's fucked. Oh, okay. I know what's going on. We don't have that same collision for our horizontal. So let's... Ooh, yes, we'll save you. So come into our Popo step, player mechanics. So here we've created a collision detection, but we've only checked for the vertical detection. I don't know if we should have priority over horizontal or vertical. I'm going to put horizontal first. But the main change here, I'm doing that really sketchy copy paste. So horizontal speed, and then it'll be X plus horizontal speed, X plus the sine of our horizontal speed, then X plus equals the sine of our horizontal speed, and then nullify said horizontal speed. Let's do kind of the slow bit right now. Fuck, I don't like it. I don't want to do that. We're just going to change. Oh, all right. So that automatically sets me to there. Can I toggle my sub images? I like that I can zoom in on that. I didn't know I could. Okay, show collision mask. That I like. But why? Oh, I only have one image for the idle. That'll make sense. For walking, modify. Okay. I thought I was just using that whole space. Modify mask. Yeah, this one. Manuel. Yeah, we're kind of using everything. So jumping is a bit rough. So character stays kind of where he should. So left will be good. Top should be good. Right. Let's come down to like 16. That. I'm okay with that for now. And that was, that was just attacking. Whoopsies. All right, cool. I'm still okay with that. Modify mask on our jump. It's rough. What if I try an ellipse? I think I like that a little better. I think for, I've never really played around with like changing shapes for the collisions, so fucking here's to that. God, I really don't think I scaled the player up. I don't know why he looks big. Maybe he's not. Alright. So the reason we had that issue before is we tried to move horizontally into, like, we didn't check for a horizontal collision, so we were never trying to push up right next to it. So walking like that, I would have just continued to walk through that block, as you saw in the first attempt. Alright, but jumping up works. Jumping is a little bit difficult, which is kind of how this game plays. That was harder than it, or easier than it should have been. I should be able to jump through 2 spaces. This game was really weird while I was playing it. Well, I guess I can't. The collision was really narrow, so maybe I do need to adjust these a bit, especially for jump, because that's really the only time that you're kind of passing through. Modify the mask. Let's keep it there. Manual. Left. How big is my image? Width is 23. Oh, fuck. I think in the real one I was actually making it through an 8 gap. 860. So let's come in by 8. And on the right, come in by, like, what, 15? That's a terrible thing. We're going to go with it, though. Because while jumping, again, like just by playing the other one a little bit, you were able to break a single space and then jump through. So I probably should make this even smaller, or I might even have to find like why this character is seemingly bigger than he should be. Yeah, so you're gonna definitely have some sprite overlap for getting through, but if that's what it's got to be, it's what it's got to be. Yeah, because now I can jump through. Why the fuck? Alright, so I think we're hitting... Oh, that collision vertical is... Yeah, let's lower that headspace just a little bit. So when we jump, modify mask, let's bring the top down 8, just so like the player's head actually hits it instead of the mallet. That should be okay. I do want to go in and change in the view. Yeah, it's just go 200, 200. It doesn't matter if it's past horizontal, or if it's past the midpoint, then it usually just centers, if I recall correctly. That's not how you drink. Ow. Alright. So now we should see the camera start moving up. Yeah, moves up a little bit sooner. It's going to follow the player. Not how the camera works in the game, but it's going to be how it works in ours for now. Cool, now I can jump up to that little spot. Cool, now this part, I should have thought this through. There are clouds, so you have to make it up to a row of clouds. I do have the sprites for those, but I don't know, I don't recall the behavior yet. I noticed after playing on a couple mountains in, I was not able to jump through on a vertical jump through the cloud, but I thought I could do it earlier, so I'm going to play the game a bit more before I can figure that out. But let's move into the attempt. I want to change 2 different things. One, it should be easier to fall through that hole, so we should... the masks don't matter too much to me right now. I'm not worried about those feeling like the game. But while falling, I want to leave the walking state, and I want to be in a jumping state, which I'm thinking that if I swap over to a jump state, it'll just change the sprite animation for me. Because if you recall, or at least those who are doing the tutorial series and not just watching in real time, when we're in our jump, when we're in our jump state in here, if it's a sprite, all right, if our vertical speed is positive, meaning that we're falling down, then we're going into kind of our collapsed or swung mode. So what I would like to do is, while walking, I might only have to do it here because you can't fall while you're idle. Nothing else can break blocks but you. So key jump, key attack. Then we'll do, I don't want to change, whoa, no. If key jump, these all should be else's, right? Because I can't do everything at the same time. So I don't need to check. So I want to exit walking first. Idle will be priority. Idle can jump, so that'll be fine. If I'm jumping or if I'm attacking. And here, that's if. What do I want? I just want to change the current state. Is equal to states jump, and my condition will be place meeting at x y plus 1 block parent place not meeting. Good. So if there's nothing below me, then I should switch into my jump state. I don't think that'll affect me at all until I walk off of a cliff, because if I jump, the line above it is going to already set me to the jump state, so that doesn't matter. But we can walk fine, we can stop fine, we can jump fine, and cool. Now we fall into our jump state, or I guess our fall state, if that's how you want to think of it. Neat. Neat, 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 neat. Alright. Now, this is the part that could be easily solved. It could be a little bit tough. I need to do, while we're jumping, if we detect a collision above our head, we need to destroy whatever block is there. I can do something really crude that will be, I guess, effective. So jump, go left or right. We're just changing everything. I'm keen to it. Sprite toggle in state. Break ice. We are ice breakers. If place meeting at x, y, minus 1. Why didn't you? Block parent. So there is a block overhead. We're going to say instance meeting, no, instance position. Okay, I took out too many. Instance position, x, y minus, fuck, it's not going all the way to the top. I don't want to do something silly here. Let's see if this works. It's probably temporary. Sprite height divided by 2 is block parent. The reason that I'm using instance position instead of instance place is for place meeting, you're checking against the entire collision mask of both. For position meeting or instance position, you're only checking for the point of origin. So in both of these cases, if the origin point was in the center of the sprite, both of these would read as false. So I am taking, I guess we can look at, bring up the map. We can zoom in. So his origin point is like right, I think it's actually centered more towards his head, but it's centered to his sprite. His sprite height is just a little bit taller than this. So I'm checking for position meeting of y minus half of the sprite width. So I'm checking just the position meeting at the top. I should probably do like a quarter or something a little bit better, but I want to find a single point, because then if we jump here and say, we'll say that that's, no, can I, is it control? No, oh shit, that's neat. Alt, yeah. So say we jump here, there's only one block that's touching above his head. But it would say I guess we'll kind of do this S backwards. Say we're here, if the collision mask were to overlap a little bit, it would overlap with both. So I don't want to delete both of them, I only want to break one block overhead. So instead of checking a place meeting, which could overlap multiples, I'm checking a collision with only a single point directly over his point of origin. So it'll only be able to touch one block at a time. Or so I think. Yeah, I don't care, it's good enough. So if we have an instance position, why am I putting these? We're gonna say variable ice is equal to instance position. If ice does not equal no one, call it whatever you want. These don't matter. With ice instance destroy. We're still going to have already collided, I believe, and be sent back down. Or maybe not, because that's actually collisions happening after. I wonder if we'll be able to break it and just sort through it. Nobody knows. Hi, cat. If it wasn't such a pain to move the webcam, it would show how fucking cute that cat is right now. Alright, so we jump. Good. I didn't get high enough to be able to break that one. But bink, we break that one. Bink, we break that one. And we can jump through them, my boy. Bam. Bam. Alright, so now this is one of the things that I was kind of concerned about with that. I can jump and I broke that one, but since we're only doing that single point collision, I would have to move a little bit to the side in order to break that one. Since we're doing this instance position check, we're only checking for one point that is above the origin of the player. So you can only break one block at a time. That creates a little bit of an issue at the moment, because if you are underneath two blocks, but only one of them is in line with that collision, then the next jump you're still going to hit it and it's not going to break, and you're going to have a bit of confusion. It's like there we break one, but we're not completely to the left of that one. If we were a little bit more over, we might actually be able to jump through the hole, but I think that has to be like a perfect alignment. But either way, you can jump and break these. You can't fall through a single because our collision mask is a little bit wonky. And yeah, I made that. But you can see this is a pretty solid start. That's actually kind of fun. I can break through those and they're just the old blocks underneath it. It's a pretty solid start to what we have, or I guess a pretty solid start towards emulating this game. Breaking blocks. I would like to put those solid blocks in, but I don't have the sprites for them yet. In your assets folder, you should have sprites for those full. I guess I could do this. Yeah, I can just cut all this shit out. So let me go in here, edit. Hi, baby. Grab one of these boys. I think that's okay. Okay. Sprite, block, solid, edit, paste. That should be an 8x8 boy. That is an 8x8 boy. Cool. We're gonna come down here, duplicate. Sprite, block, solid. I don't need anything on this. It is just going to be a, it's going to point to the block parent. It is going to be a solid block. This, I don't have any other images. Oh, a resource with that name. Hold on. No, there's not. Object. Yeah. Block. Whoa, kitty, what are you doing? No, I don't know what I did before. Solid block. Cool. You guys will have an asset for this sprite image. I just took it from the map. We're going to come back into our actual map and get rid of these that I placed before. Hi, baby. Solids. Block solid. And, well, I can't quite see them because they're on the map. I don't know, I'll either remove them from the map or I'll make them semi-opaque, or I'll change it in a way that makes a little more sense for following along. But for now, I'm just going to do one last thing, add these in, jump up to the top so we can see what they look like, although that wasn't correct. Well, there's more of these than I thought. And then we'll get out of here. Kitty, what the fuck? Oh, there's a little mosquito on the wall. Get it. That is all yours. Get that protein, kitty. Good. There's that. Let's make sure that those blocks don't break, actually. Shit, they're gonna break. Whatever. They're gonna break for now. We're gonna fix it in the next part. This particular tutorial, I apologize about. I didn't plan it out very well. I tried to jump too much into the wing it. But actually, no, we can't break them. Neat. I don't know why we can't break. Oh, we can. Yep, they're broken. Whatever. I'll fix it later, and it'll be good. Oh shit, my girl. Was it worth it? That is all that we have for this part of Let's Clone. We put in a little bit of the game space, kind of gave a little bit more of a contribution to the feel of the game, the environment that we're in. We can break the blocks that are around us. We haven't fully finished the collisions. I need to play around with some stuff. I'll probably do it off camera just so I know what variables I need. Getting the collision mask to work a little better with the player. I'm playing with an idea of creating a separate, like, invisible collision mask for when we swing, so that we can use like an overlapping map of, like, I guess a collision around the mallet with the enemies for when we hit those. And I might do something similar for when we jump to try to break the ice, to try to tackle that little issue that we had earlier in this video. But that's it. Hopefully these parts can be a little bit more concise, more consolidated, and a little bit easier to understand. And if you have any questions or concerns, comments at all, just drop them down below, and I do my best to respond to every single one of them. Thank you so much for following along. My name is Stephen French. I don't know why I'm telling you that again, but peace out. Enjoy your damn days.